Hello, fellow YouTubers. Lego WC Stop Motioner here. Welcome to viewers new and old. And today I'm taking a look at Transformers Studio Series 87 Dark of the Moon Bumblebee. Yes, I'm finally getting a version of this mold. There's been like, what? 3 other releases of it? I feel like I'm forgetting one. Anyway, this mold's been used quite a few times. I kept skipping it. So I finally caved and got the Dark of the Moon version, but you know what, I don't mind. As you know, I have a pretty small Bumblebee collection. I really don't have a whole lot of figures of them, so you know what, why not? Might as well get one. I do like the Dark of the Moon design, it's pretty cool looking. Now if they do some sort of stealth repaint of this, I'd be kind of miffed because I already have this one, but that would also be so cool. Because I know that never appeared in the movie, but I love that design that they had on the figures of him. So here we have some artwork of him on the front. Here he's in robot mode. I notice he doesn't have an Autobot symbol on his head. That's weird. Here he's on the side. Here he is on the back. It says a well-timed distraction allows Bumblebee to escape execution at the hands of Soundwave. Here's his camera mode that has a spoiler now. That's just cool. So let's go ahead and get him out. This is a deluxe, so there shouldn't be any surprise extra tape on it or anything. Nope. Okay. Right now I have that background already. Alright, there he is. So, let's get into it. Okay, so here we have Bumblebee in his Camaro mode. And I do think it looks pretty nice. As always, there are areas where the yellow is way too bright because of the mismatched plastic, but I still think it looks pretty good. He has painted taillights. That is just such a pleasant surprise on modern Transformers that we hardly ever see. The front is painted pretty well too. Got the gold Chevy symbol and the headlights there. He's got his windows, this thing on top. There's the side view mirrors. And the stripes are different from the regular Bumblebee design of this mold, I'm pretty sure anyway, because, again, this is the first version of the mold that I have, despite it being out for a few years. Rolling isn't great, despite the fact that he does actually have pinned on wheels. It could just be due to how I have him transformed right now. Something's not perfectly lined up. But yeah, there definitely was a little bit more budget put into this mold, so that's cool. Comparison, here he is with the 70s Camaro Bumblebee. This one definitely does clean up a lot more than this figure. Even though I do display this one in vehicle mode and this one in robot mode just because I love the 70s Camaro. It's just a cool car. And here he is with some of his buddies. We got Dark of the Moon Sideswipe and Dark of the Moon Dino. The Clunker Bumblebee in this Sideswipe could probably stand a re-review since I filmed them back in the days before I had a better camera. But anyway, there's how these 3 look. The only one we're missing is Q. Can't believe I said that because I hate that design, but I do kind of want it as a figure just to complete the Dark of the Moon lineup. And then he's got this gun, and really the storage is nothing to write home about. Just plugs on the back there, and yeah, does that. My standards are a little higher, even if this figure came out well before it, but I just have higher standards for weapon storage with Bumblebees after the Rise of the Beast one, because the weapon storage on that one was really good. But anyway, I think that about covers the vehicle mode on this guy. I think he looks really cool. The spoiler looks good. It's kind of a nice added detail to the design and figure. So, I guess we can move on to the transformation. The transformation on this guy is definitely finicky. It does feel like there's too much going on for him being this size, but Oh well. Just go ahead and fold these out to the side. Go ahead and fold this up. Let's go ahead and pull these arms out. And then this just kind of came undone. Just come here and unplug all this. Then pull these down. Split the legs. I'm going to take this and just kind of fold these out of the way. And just, those pop off. There's a tab here. Just go ahead and tab it in like that. Fold these up. Go ahead and fold the feet. And then reattach this part. Right there. Then go ahead and do the same on this side. Let's go ahead and fold these out of the way. Fold this up. Just kind of fold the door wings up like this. Oh, this guy is messy. It's cool for the size, just a little over-engineered. Go to rotate the waist, and rotate him at the knees. Just go ahead and fold this up. Get the chest all situated. Fold these up and fold the arms down. Fold these things out. Angle the door wings. Fold those down. And there you have Bumblebee in his robot mode. And despite the kind of annoying transformation, I do like how he looks in robot mode. The legs look nice and clean. He's one of the few movie Bumblebees. It doesn't look like he's got his pants around his ankles. Head sculpt. I mean, Bayverse Bumblebee's face has always been over-designed, and it is a bit of a bummer I didn't get the version that has the battle mask, because I think Bayverse Bumblebee looks a lot better with the battle mask. But at the same time, I really like the details on the rest of the figures, so here's some trade-offs. Here's some really nice metallic paint going on, though. The arms right there, the chest there, and the shins. Not a lot of paint on the feet. Actually, no paint on the feet, really. I do think it's cool how the bumper rotates to form part of the legs. That's just neat. And he cleans up fairly well. And here he is with the clunker Bumblebee. And yeah, the proportions for this one just, I don't know, something about the proportions just rubs me the wrong way. I just enjoy the proportions on this guy more. I think it's that this guy looks a lot more fun to pose, whereas this one doesn't. Well, this one does have an Autobot symbol on his head, while this one doesn't, which is interesting. And here he is once again with Sideswipe and Dino. It's a really cool looking trio. And then the nice thing about him is that he doesn't have the arm swap out for a cannon gimmick. Now, I like to fold that up just to make it feel more like his arm transformed and the cannon came out of it. That's just something I do. And it looks pretty cohesive, which is nice. Now, in terms of his articulation, head is on a ball joint, Something about it, though, just feels pretty limited. It's due to the fact he can look up, but his head will just kind of pop back down. Not a whole lot of down. Can look right and left, and not a lot of tilting. Shoulders are designed to do a full 360, but they will collide with the back kibble. Can sort of move around right there on that joint. He has elbow bends. They can rotate. He has a waist swivel, which is nice, but the legs will also collide with some of the kibble. You can go forward that far and back that far. They can go out to the side that far. He has knee rotation, decent knee bend, and he does have ankle pivot, sorta, which is nice because you don't see that a ton on Baver Studio Series figures. So the posing on him, it's pretty good. You can get some decent stances with him. Oh, and I guess he has foot articulation, if you want to count that, when they're not fully tapped into place. So let's see, I covered the vehicle mode, transformation, the robot mode, articulation, comparisons for both modes. I think that pretty much does it for this figure. So I'll go ahead and stick him on the display. Okay, so there's Dark of the Moon Bumblebee with my Bayverse Autobots. And as I mentioned previously, there's the 70s Camaro Bumblebee just in vehicle mode. So in terms of if I recommend this figure, I'd say I do. If you're into collecting the Bayverse figures and you want a good Bumblebee for it, I don't think you can really go wrong with this one. I mean, he's got pretty good paint applications for being a mainline deluxe. Now the trade-off is that his transformation is very finicky, but he definitely looks great in both modes. Decent posability. So, with all that in mind, I still recommend him. Now, he is a little pricey on the aftermarket because Studio Series figures go up in price way too quickly. And I saw this guy on Amazon for like $50 some, so I don't know if he's worth that. But I imagine there will be re-releases of this mold again because they just can't stop using it. So you'll probably get a chance to get a version of it. Really love it if they did him in his stealth color scheme like they had in the Dark of the Moon toy line. That'd be awesome. But I don't know if that'll happen. Anyway, that's just my thoughts on the figure. As always, please be sure to let me know what you think of the figure. And if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, and God bless.